The last time we discussed Google Stadia on this webpage, on this channel, I should say, I'm still like a webmaster at heart from 1997. It did not go well. I did not have my ducks in a row, and I didn't have anything particular I wanted to say, and it was a really awful video. However, this time I have something definitive I want to say about Google Stadia, and we are going to discuss it. Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur. If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. If you happen to like this video, do me a favor. Click that bell notification and subscribe button below. You will want to be notified of near daily videos that we upload, live streams, premieres, all that jazz. And by the way, for anyone who's been watching for quite a bit of time, stick around till the end. We have a little bit of an announcement. So this article caught my attention. Why is Google Stadia access blocked on Microsoft Edge? You know, I read an article like that and I kind of wonder, what is the point of antitrust laws? Seriously, what is the point of them? I remember that whole Microsoft antitrust fiasco. The fact that they were sued because they were not only giving away Internet Explorer for free, which basically made it impossible to sell a Netscape browser or another browser to people because they'll just use the free thing that comes with the computer they buy, but how websites weren't working on Internet Explorer. Like, Microsoft was actually making it so that you had to have Internet Explorer so that certain websites would work and certain websites wouldn't work because they weren't in bed with Microsoft. And Microsoft got sued and they were told to break up. I don't think that actually happened, but you know what? They were told to do that. And you know, the fact that we didn't break them up, of course, was probably a mistake because it's allowed other companies to do very similar things. And now we see our headlines like this. Why is Google Stadia access blocked on Microsoft Edge? And wonder, what was the point of all that? What was the point of all that? Because now all the companies can do it. But maybe this is not what it looks like. Maybe this is a big misunderstanding. So let's look at this article. According to some users, Google's cloud-based gaming service Stadia is no longer accessible through Microsoft's Chromium-based Edge browser. So at one point it appears like it was, but now it no longer is. And I will say right off the bat, before we get too much farther, I am not technical to the extent where I know exactly how these browsers work. I do know that they function very differently, and that's why websites don't look the same across all browsers. So let's just get it out of the way. The issue was first flagged up by The Verge's Tom Warren, who went to the natural place to vent his frustration, Twitter. At the time of publication, anyone trying to access the service via Microsoft Edge will see the message, use Google Chrome to play Stadia on computer and tablets. You know, this isn't the only time that Google does that. When I tried to use like Google Hangouts on Edge, it said, hey, you have to use Google Chrome. And so it necessitated that I install Chrome, which I did not have before, to use, Google Hangouts. And it's really annoying when that happens, by the way. So Tom says, Google's blocking again. If you try and use Stadia with Microsoft's Chromium Edge browser, then Google blocks the UA string. I don't exactly know what that is, full disclosure. Switch the string to Chrome Windows and it works just fine. 2020 needs to be the year this nonsense ends. Well, really, what should have happened was years ago, the government really should have enforced their breakup of Microsoft and said that this was not going to be tolerated anywhere. But the fact that they kind of let them go on that, even after finding them guilty of violating antitrust, kind of shows where they are at. So Warren shared his current workaround for the issue. Well, okay, we did that already. However, it raises the question of why the search giant wouldn't want Google Stadia users to access service through Microsoft Edge, especially as the browser uses the same framework as Google Chrome. Some critics have suggested that it's a sneaky move from Google against a big competitor, but is dunking on Edge really more important to Google than building up the already much criticized Stadia? Yeah, I agree. Here's the thing. If this is kind of one of the things where it's like there's three categories for me. Either one, Google is being very stupid, two, Google is being very sneaky, or three, it's an honest mistake. So here's the thing. It's been suggested that, Google might be trying to one-up Microsoft on this one, that they want you to use their browser as opposed to Edge's. I believe this to be credible, by the way, because again, when we were doing the monthly rideshare podcasts, we were using it with Google Hangouts. I could not use Google Hangouts in Edge or Firefox for that matter. I had to use it in Google Chrome. They wanted me to use the Google product on the Google service, probably so they can collect that sweet, sweet data, which they make so much cheddar from. Now, If that's the case it is, then that borderlines on illegal. That strikes me as very anti-competitive. If, on the other hand, they just, I don't know. Well, here's the thing. The other thing is, like, if they're doing that on purpose, then they're also being stupid, though, because Google Stadia does need a lot of users. Like, I know there are some people out there who really like the service, and God bless you if you do. I mean, enjoy what you want to enjoy. But Stadia has not been a success. No one can really deny that. I mean, look, and it's not just me. Look, I love my 3D TV. I love 3D. If I were to say, oh, 3D was a success and it was just misunderstood, no, I'd be kidding myself. Stadia is so far a huge failure. It can turn around. I hope it does for everyone involved in the project and for people who bought the games, obviously. But it is not a success so far. So here's the thing. And then there's a third option. Maybe it's a mistake. I mean, it could be. I don't know why it would be when it's like, well, it worked before. Why isn't it working now? I don't know. Anyway, let's continue this. Other less cynical types think it's a bug that will be amended in time. It's not the first time that there have been usability issues between Microsoft Edge and Google. In May, when Microsoft Edge was still in its baby stages, users who had downloaded the preview version of the browser found they couldn't access YouTube. Instead of being able to watch their favorite cat videos on a loop, users found themselves presented with a cheeky message advising them to download Google Chrome in order to enjoy the video. However, this was swiftly fixed by Google, and a YouTube spokesperson said at the time that they were committed to supporting YouTube on Edge and apologized for any inconvenience. So there is precedent that this has been a mistake and that it can be fixed. A lot of Stadia's help pages list Chrome as a requirement for playing, so it could be that in this instance they don't intend to support other browsers for Stadia. We've reached out to Google for comment, and, well, obviously Google has not commented back. So it is true if you go to the help pages. Let's open that real quick. I probably should have had this open beforehand. But, by the way, at the time, Stadia is not supported in Hawaii or Guam. Puerto Rico and Alaska are supported, so much for anywhere. But let's see here. On a computer, a Google account, Stadia Founders Edition. Where is Google Chrome? There's a Chromecast. It's like, you know what? Let's just Chromecast. No, there it is. Yeah, there it is. A computer with a recent version of Chrome browser. So, hey, if they want to do that, I mean, I guess it's their right. It is their product. I think it's not a very good product, in my opinion, so far. But, it could always get better. Now then, it's interesting that I'm going to make this today because, I have an announcement to make. We are actually going to be discussing Google Stadia, maybe even this very topic tonight on this channel. This is CloudGaming X, and he made this video reacting to the Apptrepreneur video about Google Stadia. This was the last time I think I really talked about Google Stadia, and he ripped into this video. Someone sent me this video, and I kind of saw it. By the way, I'm going to give it a like, because why the heck not? And, people make response videos all the time, and I don't watch most of them because I just don't. But I decided just for fun, I decided to, write this comment. My mom told me when I was a young kid to be mindful of what I said. She told me, Kevin, if you're not careful, one of these days you will say something on the second most visited website in the world that is stupid and not entirely correct, and someone will respond to it in a way where you look foolish and uneducated, and you'll only have yourself to blame. Man, I hate it when she's right. Now, that was my little tongue-in-cheek response. Keep in mind, I had not watched the video at this point. And he responded, welcome, my guy. I want to talk to you. Can you hit me up on Discord? And we have connected with each other, and we are going to be going on his channel tonight to discuss Google Stadia, this video, and maybe even this video that you're watching right now. Now, after that, I did watch this video, and it wasn't 100% nice. Of course it wasn't. It wasn't nearly as savage. I mean, I have had people who are so much meaner than this guy. So I'm more than happy to sit down with this guy, CloudGaming X, and talk about Google Stadia, this video, what I think about it now, what he thinks about it now. I'm hoping that the conversation will not be combative. I'm hoping it'll be civil and nice, and I'm looking forward to it. But anyway, yeah, if any of you want to watch that, go to his channel tonight. It's January 6th at about 9:30 p.m. We will be discussing something of that nature. In the meantime, what do you think about this story? Do you agree that what Google is doing with this Edge browser is a little shady? Do you think it's a mistake? you think it's intentional? Like, what do you think about all of this? And does this change your opinion on Stadia? I would love to know. So comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.